Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of ROADCRAFT. I hope you're all having a great, fantastic day. Sorry for the lack of content the last 2 weeks. Oh, painkillers didn't cut me off here.
Trade with the folks at the supply depot. If we get them powered up again, they're willing to spare some supplies. All you need to do is lay the cable and connect them to the grid.
Anyways, as I was saying, sorry for the lack of content the last 2 weeks. I've had a lot of stuff going on. As of Wednesday night, my cat suffered a fracture on his femur, and it's going to require surgery, so it's kind of dealing with that, and didn't really have the energy or the motivation to record an episode Thursday, as well as I was just extremely tired, and I wasn't feeling too good. But today we're going to try and advance further in and see how far we can get. Hopefully, we can get pretty far. I want to plan on getting the concrete labs facility done. That way, there's no issues, and we can start building those bridges real quick. What I'm gonna do is take the road equipment and build the road. They also want me to build over to where I need to be built. That'll be probably part of it that needs to happen in order for us to get access to the concrete labs facility. So, get started with that. Alright, and we got the road laid out, or sand laid out and flattened. Now I just gotta get over here and adjust it, put down the asphalt. Thankfully, it's not gonna be too difficult for us to do this. And like I said, with the AI roads, you don't have to worry too much about the smoothness of it. Man, I cannot speak English today. Because it will flatten it out to make it even. But I'm assuming I'll have to put a trail. A trail? Man, I'm just brain farting all left, right, and center today. A convoy, a route. That's what they're called. You'll have to put a route here potentially. Not entirely sure, but we will get it paved over and flattened and moved on from there. Alright, and we are just about finished here. Perfect, all done. Now, the next thing I want to do was we have to lay a cable for the electricity for the, what do we call it there? The concrete latch facility. We have to lay a cable down for there as well as the construction depot. So I'm going to do those both. I was going to take the smaller truck, but I actually realized that I can't do that. So I'm going to have to get a big one, get the big one instead, and transport it that way. Alright, and we just arrived here at the main power station plant. And as I said, I believe all of it is going to be like where we can't, whatchamacallit. Man, I can't think today. Can't lay a cable down. It's going to be a hard surface that we can't breach through. So I'm going to try and figure it out from, we'll see if we can do it over here. And then we'll go around down to the side and do it that way. But I might have to go around back and even do it there. And, oh, well, would you look at that? Apparently I can do it here. Okay. So then we'll back up here, and we'll see how it wants us to do it, or how, not necessarily us, but how we'll do it. So we got to go down to the concrete labs, which is over here. And it looks like, yeah, we can just go through there. Actually, yeah, we'll go from there and down to there, and then we'll cut across, or we'll break off, cut across, and go down. So I'm actually going to switch sides here, and these gates are not breakable, so you cannot go through them. Just a heads up when you do play this map yourself. You cannot break these gates for some reason. Makes sense, but also doesn't make sense considering there's other ones that look exactly like it that you can break down. But we'll go ahead, head over here, and start placing it down here. Hopefully it works. Pull forward here a little bit, and perfect. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to go off to the left here and try and get it into the concrete latch facility. I really hope that at some point they do make a new cable layer, or somebody does, because there's just like no movement with this thing whatsoever. Like, you can't, you feel like you pretty much have to stop to either go left or right. So unfortunately, you know, you're just kind of stuck doing a straight line. There's no sort of maneuverability if you want to go left or right. I just see him kind of sliding here to the left anyways. Gonna have to stop. We'll reduce majority of my momentum in order to get here. occasionally you can get it to work. Like if you catch a little bit of air and then you rotate, you can get it to work that way. But other than that, you can't really do nothing about it. Alright, so we're just about there, and perfect. Almost. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to head back, and then I'm going to cut across and get it, make like a T-shape, and get down to the construction depot. Alright, and after probably the biggest headache I've ever had laying down a cable, we have finally done it. And I'll explain why here in a second. But you have to cut across the road. And as you can see, I tried to cut it across here, and it wasn't working. The road was there, so I couldn't cut across. So I had to go further up and then cut across there, bring them all the way back down, and cut across there. But they're both covered in sand, so it's kind of impossible to tell where you can cut across. But this facility's still not up and running. What could I possibly need? Let's see, maybe bring the transformer. Yeah, that might be it, because that would make sense. Like finish getting power, even though it says it's up and running, we still need the power in order to get it going, since it is missing a transformer. So I'll go ahead and grab my trailer or my truck. It says I had one out. I don't know where it's at though. Grab the truck with the crane. Oh, it's over here. Here we go. Yeah, so hop in this, head over there, grab the transformer, and then head over to the main power station and get that all put together. Alright, and arriving at the last facility here, we're going to put the anchors down, unstrap the cargo, lift up our crane, move it over just a wee bit, retract the ropes, and get it to swing right on over. Come on, just swing, there you go. And a little, nope, a little too much swinging, pressing all the wrong buttons here. Too much swinging, and there we go. Perfect. Transformers delivered. Now, yep, we've done it. Concrete plant, bringing it back from the brink of a bringing it back from the brink is a promising start. Goodness gracious. All right, so we got all that built. Kelly, you have anything to say? Perfect.
I hope you didn't think that transformer would be enough to power up the concrete slabs facility, because I certainly did. And I was wrong. Laying a new power cable should do the job, though, I hope. Somebody has to be optimistic around here, right?
Funny enough, we already did that.
Finally! We got concrete rolling out by the truckloads. And not a moment too soon. Would you believe it? It's time to finish with the construction here and move on to new, more exciting things. Just plan a route for the repair crews from the concrete slabs facility to the river lock and get yourself across.
Alright, so it wants us to plot a route from the concrete lash facility, but it looks like I also have one from the countryside base to the river locks. So, yeah, so we got to go all the way to the river lock. This should be pretty easy. We don't even have to go all the way. Look at that. Should be pretty easy to just plot this one. And I wish I would have kept my mouth shut, because it's giving us this truck. If you guys know anything about this truck, you know that it is absolutely horrendous. It has no traction, no power, no nothing, and it gets stuck on the smallest things. So hopefully we're able to plot this and there's no issues with it. And then we also have that second route that it wants us to plot from the concrete lab facility to the river locks as well. So I'll plot this one real quick, and then we'll get over to the second one and get that plotted as well. Alright, so we got that one plotted. Now it wants us to do this one, and it couldn't have given us anything worse than the damn semi-truck, bro. This thing is absolutely horrible. It's worse than the semi-truck. It has such low ground clearance. It has no power. It has nothing going for it whatsoever. It's just absolutely horrible. So now I gotta kind of hope that I can do this without having any issues with it, and not spending the next 45 minutes trying to do one route, because I believe I had to do this for the last map, and it generally probably took me 45 minutes to do it. Now, do I want to go through there, or do I want to take the road? Because here, there's nothing there, but like that, where I laid the cable, right there I see as an issue of them getting stuck on. So I might go through here, and hopefully it should be good with no issues. We'll just have to make a U-turn. Hopefully they'll be able to do it. If not, yeah, we'll figure something out and make it work one way or another. Alright, so I got that route plotted. Was having some issues with it as per usual. It was like that little U-turn area, I figured. So I had them go the other way. Hopefully they don't have any issues with that one part there.
Have I ever told you I really envy you sometimes? Ah, who am I kidding? That's all the time. You get to visit all these exotic locations, and they all look so great on your video feed. It's like you're on vacation, where everything is trashed. Still, I really need a vacation.
Yo, somebody give my girl Kelly a vacation, bro. She's working so hard in that office. Her life must be miserable. I also don't know if I'd call this a constant vacation, but hey. But I got these parts, and these are also going to go to the river lock. It was a little difficult loading these up, because as you can see, like, all the icons are kind of squashed together. So after a little bit of, like, you know, getting them on there, it is kind of hard to see where you're going. But you know, you can kind of get like a decent idea of where you need to drop it, but specifically where, it's kind of hard because there's no better camera for you to change the angle to get a closer look of where you need to put it directly. But we'll get these over there. Shouldn't be too soon. Hopefully they're not running any issues. We haven't seen any routes failed yet. So while willing all is good, I'm hoping to see them if when we turn this corner, see them going into where they needed to go. That'll tell me. And wow, would you look at that? Perfect timing there. So no issues with that route, and wow, we actually completed it too. Even better. So no issues there. I'm gonna get driven up here real quick and get these turned in for the river lock, apologies, and see what this does for us. I believe that'll be all for this side of the island, minus exploring for those 3 little things. But other than that, should be good. Pull on up here and deliver these, and we are good. There we go. River Lock, Taming the Waters. Taming the Waters. Open new paths ahead, bridging the gap to recovery. And look at that. First frontier completed as well. The first section of that was completed. Anything for us, Kelly? Typically you do.
You know, maybe I was a bit too optimistic when I promised more exciting things. Still, they are new, so they can't be all that bad, right? In fact, the harbor base is so new it needs fuel to function, so you'll have to drive a tanker there. Oh, and while you're at it, take the scenic route along the coast and check out the port and the Blue Water Yacht Club's pier. If they're still there, we'll use them later to deliver stuff.
Alright, perfect. So looks like we got an aqueduct. That's what these things are called, right? The aqueducts, they allow ships to go up and down to higher elevation, lower elevation. I think that's what they're called. I don't know. I learned like one time in school, and after that I just haven't learned it again. But we have one more task, and it's actually exploring these 3 areas. So do we want to do some exploring? Yeah, I think we'll do some exploring. So we'll hop in a little scout here. Oh, wrong button. And we'll go track that objective. Still, nope, wrong. The objective, there we go. Alright, so we'll go ahead, track these objective, and do some exploring. It wants us to explore areas of potential historical interests. So we'll go over to the furthest one, that way we can drive our way back, because we started at the closest one, then we either have to go left or we have to go right, and it just wouldn't make too much sense. So we'll get on over to this furthest one. Take down a few of these trees in the process. What are these? Apple? Oranges? They look like oranges. Take down a few of these trees on the way there and see what we can find. Oh, look at that. Nice little waterfall. Can't say I've ever seen a waterfall in a Saber interactive game. But how are we going to get up here? So we can't go that way. We got to go up this way. It looks like probably it's a blown out bridge there. So probably like right there and then going up there would be good. But it is nice kind of see them like taking a change on the environment is really nice. You can't say I've ever seen that in SnowRunner or MudRunner. I believe those, yeah, SnowRunner, MudRunner, and Spin Tires actually. I have played some Spin Tires. I don't think I've ever played any of the actual maps though. But I haven't really seen like environment like this within a Saber interactive game, which is really cool to see. It's the small little attentions to the detail that really make a game come together. But get up here, you can already tell this was some sort of remnants. Oh,
Hey, feel like something different? I have a request from a bunch of scientists. Sounds like they're on the lookout for things to dig up. They want you to check out a few areas where some relics of the past could be hidden. Nothing wrong with helping out science for a quick change of pace, I guess.
yeah, no issue there. We'll do it. We're gonna head over to this area. I think we're already in it or close to it. We'll head on over to this area and start scanning for objects and see what we come across. It's probably over there in like that the demolished area. This thing's turning radius is so bad. It's probably over there though. Oh, and would you look at that? It's right there. I called it. I literally said exactly where it was going to be, and that's exactly where it was. So now, to move on to the next one, what is it? It's like a vase coffin sort of thing? I don't know what that really is. It is really interesting, though, to see, like, the ancient history that you can kind of see within this. Look at that. Another beautiful waterfall, dude. Look at that. How good it looks. Yeah, it is nice to see them, like, putting a lot of effort into kind of the surrounding areas of it and making it all come together. But we'll see. Taking a look at like what our next route's going to be. Looks like we can just follow the river kind of down, or like follow it down and then along the cliffside to our next location. Alright, we've entered our second objective here. Second area objective here, and it looks it's probably going to be up here where all these pillars are. It would make the most sense to me if you ask me. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Let's see. Turn on our object scanner, potentially? No, maybe? Oh, no. There we go. And, oh, would you look at that? Right in front of my face. Wow, I really am blind. I was too busy looking at the statues. Now they have, like, no heads or anything. It looks, there's 3 there, and there's, like, there's a 4th one there, so it kind of makes you wonder what that was. Like, what, was that a worshipping temple? Was it some sort of sacrifice thing? What exactly was it? Kind of South Africa does have a lot of like culture-wise stuff. Like you go to South Africa, they're really big in their own culture, and it's really cool to see that Saber has implemented that into their game, and has really made you feel more involved with the environment around you, rather than you just go into a map being like, hey, this place experienced a natural disaster, and your job is to fix it. Can I get over this tree? Thank you. Goodness gracious. But yeah, it's really cool to see that they're kind of leaning into like the culture aspect of things. Wow, would you look at the size? Look at all this stuff that we still have. Look at all the map that we still have to do. Obviously, we're like on the coast here, but like it's still cool to see how they've really gone into the environment. You can also look at how the sun, like it's doing the little heat wave things, like when it's really hot outside, it makes everything kind of like wavy and stuff. It's a really cool detail that I've actually never noticed within ROADCRAFT. But like I said, we're on the coast. You have the high ground over here, then you have a small coastal city like kind of tucked away on the coast below the cliff sides. It just leads out into the open ocean. Oh, and this is, oh, and I got myself in a predicament. Well, this is why you guys don't drive forward without looking where you're going, because otherwise you end up in this situation here. So now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get out of the situation. Alright, so I chose to just recover. Well, I didn't choose to recover. I kind of ended up falling, and then my engine stalled, and I had no way to get myself out of there, so we just recovered. But it's fine, because we were about the same distance, like 300 meters away from where we needed to be. But we're now making it to our third and final point here, getting our way made up these rocks. And this truck is great, but it's also not great. Like, it has no sort of turning radius, even though it has 4-wheel steer. But even then, it's kind of like, come on, bro. Why? Just why? And now I'm stuck underneath a tree that I can't somehow drive underneath. Love it. Palm trees are actually like some of the strongest trees you're ever going to find, bro. Like, them things are rooted into the ground. So if you ever see a crash where somebody, like, hits a palm tree and they destroyed the palm tree, you know they were going at a really high speed. I've seen it a few times. Like, somebody hits a palm tree and the palm tree just absolutely tanks it, bro. That palm tree just tanks it, destroys the car. So if anybody ever destroys a palm tree with a car, that's a much bigger issue, unless it's like a big rig. But even then, that's still pretty surprising. And the next one is right here, and here we go. It's all done. All routes have been picked up. Kelly, anything for us? No? Nothing about helping the scientists? Alright, well, if you guys did enjoy this episode of ROADCRAFT, I hope you all have a great, fantastic evening. Drop a like, leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications so you're notified every time I upload a video or go live. Link to my Discord will be in the description down below as always. Other than that, I hope you all have a great, fantastic day, night, whatever, and I'll see you all in the next one.